Good, how are you?
Well, tired. Long night.
Breakfast time.
Breakfast time. Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
Where else are we gonna go eat?
Fair point. We live in a town with about 1,000 people in it. Breakfast options are limited. Why are you building a deer stand?
Because I don't have a deer stand. I'm gonna need a deer stand if I want to hunt this season.
Why are you building a deer stand on our front porch?
Because I don't have a sawhorse.
Why don't you build a sawhorse?
Well, I want a deer stand before I want a sawhorse.
So you could use the sawhorse to build a deer stand.
Because I want a deer stand first. And then I can do a sawhorse.
I see.
So, build a deer stand. First, I cut the wood. I'm on my last piece.
Okay.
Wood's heavy.
Huh?
Wood's heavy.
Is it?
Yeah, long wood.
Welcome to the Iron Ivy Ranch. So I did a thing that I haven't told y'all about yet. And that thing is that I got meat chickens. Usually a meat chicken is, camera's crooked, is like a Cornish crossbreed. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But these chickens, I don't know what they are. They were free. They were given to me by my uncle, who got them at Tractor Supply, and they were not supposed to be meat birds. He doesn't like to raise birds for meat. He likes to raise them as pets for eggs. So he did not want to keep them. He didn't want to have to go through the process of processing. So he said, "Hey, Danielle, are you still interested in doing that?" And I said, "Absolutely." So I have got now 10 meat birds. They are in a dog crate inside my chicken coop. They show them to you right now. They have started molting, so they look really ugly. But because it's so hot here, I've decided that they don't need any kind of a heat lamp or anything. I mean, it's probably easily high 80s, low 90s in this coop. So they are plenty warm, and right now they're staying inside this little dog crate in an attempt to make sure that the big chickens don't peck them to death. So here they are. Got one that's a little sickly, this one right here. I'm hoping that maybe just tired, breathing hard, not really moving around very much, but I'm going to give him another day, make sure I don't want to just put him out of his misery too early, so I'm going to do everything I can for him today and then see what happens. But the rest of these guys are big, healthy babies. Let's see. This is what a baby chicken looks like after the first molt. They're not really very cute anymore. But I still like them a lot. Now, they won't have to stay in that pen much longer. The main goal with the pen is, like I said, to make sure that these guys don't peck them to death. My goodness, look at how pretty the big chickens are. Y'all are going to have to get used to seeing a whole lot of my chickens. Until I get more fences put up and a lot more livestock, these are the quintessential animals of my homestead. Well, them and the dogs and the cats, and you know, it is what it is. Now, the thing with meat birds is that they are not intended to live forever and ever. And I can already tell these chickens are about 5 weeks old, and they're huge. They're about the size that my big chickens were whenever they were 8 to 10 weeks old. They grow fast, and they never stop eating. So you are not supposed to just let them live out and try to get eggs off of them. In fact, if you try to do that, then there's a big possibility that Their bodies will grow too fast for their little legs will collapse, their hearts will stop. So whenever you take on meat birds, you're really taking them on with the knowledge that in about 8 to 10 weeks, they're going to go to freezer camp. So I've never done that before. It'll be interesting, and I hope I can do it, to see if I really can butcher something that I've cared for and put a lot of time into and then eat it. But since that's the point of this homestead, is to be as sustainable as possible, it's definitely a challenge that I'm willing to undertake. So I will keep you updated on that. In fact, I'll take you with me on the day that it's time to butcher them. But for now, for about the next month and a half, just trying to keep them healthy, make them have the healthiest life that I possibly can. Because even though they're meat birds and their life is short compared to the rest of my chickens, the beauty of a homestead is they're going to live as happy as I can make them possibly live, free range as much as possible, and then they're going to go to freezer camp. But it's still a whole lot better than the chickens that are raised in a factory who never see daylight. And even though it'll be sad on the day when I have to butcher them, I'll at least know that the meat that I'm eating had a happy life. Look, this is that lemon balm that we saved the other day. It bounced back, smelling great, very healthy looking plant now. When in doubt, drain it out. Guys, a series of things that are happening in my garden right now that are not good. Let me preface this by saying that my garden is a disaster right now. We have had a week of solid rain. I was out of town last weekend, very busy at work, and it has gotten away from me. So I'm out here this morning trying to clean things up, trellising my tomatoes, and I just noticed there are several things happening in this spot that if you are a new gardener like me, you need to know about, and you need to be able to address it. So here goes. These things. Alright, so this is a bucket of stuff where I was weeding, trying to get it all out of my garden. So this is the first thing. These are rabbit poop. And this is what a rabbit can do to a plant. Nothing left. I'm gonna trellis it up. We'll see if we can save it. That's not good. Cute little Peter Cottontail is a problem. Here's the next problem. That's a hornworm. It's enormous. Those can decimate a plant in one day. So what I'm gonna do is pull him off. I hate touching these, so if I squeal, just ignore me. So I knock its head off a little bit, make him let go with his little mouth, and just pull him off. I'm gonna have to put the camera down. Let's see if I can situate the camera to where y'all will be able to watch me do this. And they stick. Ah! I squealed. They're a little sticky. And they stick! So, he's a big guy. Ah, that's scary. I hate these things. Ah! Just gonna throw him in my bucket of weeds. Get in there. Alright, I'll feed you to the chickens. Stay. So, I'm sorry about that. But here's the next thing that you guys need to see. So I have waited too long to put these tomatoes on trellises or in cages. So the thing about a tomato is if you just let it go, it'll vine out like a cucumber or a squash, and everywhere its stem touches, it'll put new roots down. So this is what's happening here. This tomato has been too close to the ground for too long. So, those are all little roots. Now I'm about to trellis it up, and it'll be fine. But just so you know, if you let your tomatoes go, they're going to be creeping all over the ground. And that's just what they do. So the kind of trellis that I'm doing here is my own free version of a tomato cage. So I had some extra fencing lying around. I used some bolt cutters and cut it into pieces like this. That's a spaghetti squash. Looks beautiful. Cut it into pieces about this size, and I'm going to use zip ties to encircle the tomato plant and make a little cage. For free! Alright, so now it is much, much later in the day. We started early this morning. It's about 7 o'clock now. I got a lot done. I was working in the garden for most of it, went to the office and did some work there, and I just spent the last couple of hours working in a friend's garden, helping her pick string beans and squash and zucchini. And I've said it before and I'll say it over and over again that one of my favorite parts of this life is the way that the homesteading community is a community. You're not in it alone. And they helped me till my garden up, or helping me with any questions I have about how to do the garden. And I go help them pick, and I get to reap some of their harvest too. And I think that's fantastic. Look how tall these sunflowers are. Let's see. I am 5'3". Ah! That thing is a good 7 feet tall. Oh, I can see a head forming. Let me see if I can pull it down without. Oh, here's a shorter one. Look, I got a little head forming. So pretty soon I'll have some sunflowers. That's exciting. So the day is done. Work week starts again tomorrow. Short work week, 4th of July this weekend, and I've had a good weekend. Lots of garden time. I'm pretty sure I'm a little bit sunburned. Definitely sweaty, dirty mess. But I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me at the Iron Ivory Ranch today. If you like what you see here, this is what you're going to get pretty much all the time. A lot of do's and don'ts and mistakes that I make. Blackjack, what are you barking at? What are you barking at, bud? This will be a lot more don't do what I do as I say, not as I do, than actual follow me as an example, but that's okay. We're going to learn together. So if you're interested, if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell so that you get notifications whenever I post a new video. I try to post 2 to 3 times a week. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. There's a link in the description box below. We have a lot of fun here, and it's just going to keep getting better and better. I'll see you next time.